Badu-Aboagye. So I want to start first with the PPI.
Yeah.
I'll hold the city constant. If you see that your cost input is going down, why are you not passing on to us? And some manufacturing firms are asking for a 60-day cycle, a 30-day cycle, a 100-day cycle. Some are saying that most of the Ghanaian industries and firms are not being fair to consumers.
So if what the PPI is portraying to us is that on average, the prices at the factory gate, the prices that producers of goods and services are receiving at the factory gate has gone down by over 8%, which means that obviously the cost of production has also gone down.
Yeah.
The difference between the PPI and the CPI is when you factor in taxes, you factor in cost of transportation, the intermediary costs. So what gets to you actually includes all these externalities, the taxes that we know, there are so many. But the PPI had gone down, which means that the prices at which the producers are giving to the people who are selling at the market had also gone down. So it means there is a positive sign there. There's also a positive relationship between the PPI and the CPI. Anytime the PPI goes down, the CPI automatically will also go down because the price at which those intermediaries are taking from the factories had gone down. So add taxes, add cost of transportation, your final price to consumer will also go down. So obviously, the producers are passing on this positive sign. They are passing on the reduction in the cost of production to the consumers. If you look at the inflation itself, at the last count, it was 18.4. But look at inflation for the locally manufactured goods. It was higher than the average, that is 19.2, which means that the cost of production locally had not gone down. So for a manufacturing company to reduce its price on average from last year to this year, to comparing the months last year and this year by 8.3, for me it's a positive sign. It may take some time, obviously. Once the PPI goes down, what gets to you finally will also go down. If government decides that the taxes that we are paying, I'm going to do something about it. And also, obviously, the cost of transportation is going down because we are all benefiting from the appreciation of the cedi, which translated into lower prices at the pumps, which means that the cost of transporting goods from one point to another will go down. Once we see all these positive signs feeding into the CPI, the price that you are paying at the market will obviously go down.
I mean, I took the cedi away in this whole variation, whether I'm being fair with my analysis or not. If you factor in the cedi as well now, why are we not seeing some significant reduction in prices at the market as well?
So let's look at it this way. There are people who are importing and selling directly. There will be a positive and instant, obviously, response from the appreciation of the cedi, because initially I needed more cedis to buy dollar to be able to import. Now I need less cedis to buy dollar to import. So my cost of import will go down. And if you look at those that are selling imported goods, you will see that prices had gone down. But the goods that are manufactured locally, if the person is importing raw material, obviously the effect will be there. But the local cost of production, my brother, is still very high. For businesses, these macroeconomic indicators, they are not an end in itself. They are means to an end. So when you see the cedi appreciating, when you see inflation coming down, for us, we want to see how it translates into a lower cost of production. If the inflation is coming down, obviously, the central bank should also respond by reducing their policy rate. Interest rate will come down. If you have a policy rate of 28%, in spite of the appreciation of the cedi, in spite of the inflation coming down, then the person who goes to the bank to borrow is borrowing above the 28%. The cedi is appreciating. It's not affecting interest rate, so you don't expect that the person will reduce its price because the cedi has appreciated.